Hello, how's it going, everyone? Back again for another episode. And today I will be digging pretty much only the hallways and in the probably sometimes I will like place a few glass slabs here and there, but mostly I would imagine it's going to be hallway digging. But I am like these floors do go through like openings like here, like dungeons. So in cases like this, I do have to. Well, I don't have to, but it's better if I place glass slabs immediately, so that I don't have to like. Because the problem is that I still have to cross this gap here, as you can see. So I can either do that by placing something, some block, some type of block, usually that would be cobblestone, or I can just bring some glass slabs with me and then immediately put these uh, glass slabs in place instead of just making extra work for myself by installing a different type of block which I will have to remove later. So now I have installed like a good chunk of this glass slab bridge, and it's great because I won't have to I won't have to go through that section again. Well, I will have to go through it, but I won't have to be concerned with installing glass slab in that exact section because it's now done. And that is pretty much why I decided to. Oh, look at that, another gap. This one is not so deep though. So this is why I decided to, whenever I encounter a gap like this or that, I'll just immediately, well, I mean, depends. I will just install a glass slab block instead of a stone block or whichever other kind of block I can place in there. And this must be a first copper block after quite a few episodes. And look, this is not. Wow! I have probably never seen this much copper. There is 6 blocks of copper here. How is this possible? I think I can confirm that I haven't 7 blocks of copper. I'm pretty confident in saying that I haven't ever seen this much copper before. And I do kind of believe that this could have something to do with the depth at which I'm digging now, because it, as I said, it never happened before. 7 blocks, lumps in this case, 7 lumps of copper, just laying there waiting for me to discover these blocks, and I did. So now I have, instead of 40 lumps of copper, I have 47. That's a big chunk of copper that I have found in one place. Does that mean that my luck with copper has picked up? Because, as I mentioned, just now my luck with copper has been really dry the past episodes, and now just finding this big chunk of copper in one place is impressive. It's really nice. As well as coal. I have some thoughts about coal as well. It felt like it's been slowing down in terms of coal also. But yeah, found a nice um, big chunk of coal blocks as well. Fantastic. A really good start of the episode. First few minutes, and I've already uh, expanded my copper stack by seven and 7 whole lumps, and my coal stack is growing as well. Look at that. Another another area where there is so much of this coal here. I'll sometimes I would leave these coal blocks because I just had so much, but now I'm inclined to get all this. And also let me also cover all these empty spaces here on the floor above me, because all this sand fell to down here and opened these just gaps here on the 24th floor, which is above me. But it's easy to just replace it with some cobblestone. I'm never had a shortage of cobblestone since I started playing this game. But I guess I didn't have cobblestone only the first episode or something like that, because obviously I haven't, you spawn with no items, and yep, even making a pickaxe is a big deal. And the first pickaxe, of course, I think was out of wood, I believe. I mean, otherwise I'm making a mistake. Started filling this gap with cobblestone instead of glass slab. Even though I've just been talking about how I should be doing it with glass instead of stone. But yeah, nice. Anyways, what was I on about? Something about... Oh no, I must have forgotten. That's not a good feeling. But probably... Oh yeah, I was talking about these pickaxes. And I was saying that I never had any shortage of stone, which is probably true, except for those first few moments when you enter the game, first few minutes, I suppose. And then cobblestone is abundant, because even with oh, look at that, might as well remove this block as well, since it's just in the way. Yeah, nice. Wow, look at that. That's a really large chunk of glass slab. So this does save time, especially since later on I don't have to remove extra blocks which I just installed just to cross these gaps. So double, I guess it saves not only me on it not only saves the time from having to install the glass slabs later on, but also, uh, well, uh, yeah, but also I won't have to remove the old blocks. Eh, I was talking too much about this glass slab situation though, I think. But then again, when I'm digging these hallways, there isn't that much to talk about. So any topic is okay, even though it may be kind of boring, but I I felt like it's been quite. Today wasn't the most boring that I've ever felt because sometimes digging these hallways can get a bit tedious, even though it I I the boredom is kept to very minimal levels because after all I'm playing only 20 minutes a day, if that. And if uh, even if I sometimes don't even play every day. So when you look at it from that perspective, uh, sometimes you may even ask, is it even possible to get bored in 20 minutes a day? And I've made over 200 episodes, and I'd say it's possible. Somehow, in some episodes, I was really bored. But it could be that it wasn't that much that I was extremely bored, but more like sleepy. Sometimes I remember yawning, but then again, yawning could be because you're bored, but combine that with sleepiness and maybe mild boredom, and there you have it. A nice recipe for yeah, lots of yawning and just being thinking that maybe you're bored. But yep, today isn't. I mean, it isn't that exciting, but it's also not very boring. I'm making good progress, even though if I had bronze tools, the progress would be faster. But since it's been quite a while since I've switched back to stone tools from bronze, I have gotten used to the slower rate of digging, and things are just fine. I would like to use bronze tools again, but it's not like I'm, oh, I really want to use bronze because it's just that slow. I mean, yeah, stone is slow, but it's, I mean, it's nothing crazy. I mean, if I had to, I would say if I had to dig with wood pickaxe, well then that that might be unbearable. But stone, I'd say, is pretty generous, considering just how cheap it is to make these tools. You would imagine, or at least I would imagine, it would be really, well, just slow. But I guess slow is depends on which perspective you look from. If you come from diamond tools or something, or maybe even iron, eh, if at first it may look really impossible to dig something with stone, but yeah, once you get used to, I mean, it's not bad at all. As well, maybe I'd even I mean, I don't have a strong argument for it, but I'd say that it's possible that digging with stone pickaxe is relaxing, more relaxing than if you were to use anything better like bronze, iron, and stuff like that, because it's slower, but you also can sort of pay less attention in a way. I mean, I still have to pay attention while digging, no matter what kind of tool I'm using, but uh, it just feels like there is less actions that you have to do every second while digging with stone pickaxe, because I suppose I have to move my mouse less since it takes longer to dig each block. With stone pickaxe, each stone block takes, yeah, as you can see, well, how long is that? Maybe a second, maybe 1.5 seconds, not sure. I can only guess, but with bronze, for example, it's much faster, very noticeably faster, and thus, yeah, you move your, I move my mouse much more often with those tools. So I think it does contribute to just getting, perceiving the gameplay as more tiresome or more exhausting. Just maybe even it's not that it's difficult to move the mouse, but just the sudden jerky maneuvers, like from one to another, from to the third, to the fourth, to fifth, sixth, seventh, and so on blocks, feels, yeah, it's just the comfy feeling of slowly digging with stone just isn't there. Oh, look at that. I'm going to be installing glass slab across this water stream, which will be difficult, as you can see, as well as double clicks, all sorts of things happening here. So not only I have to deal with water, I also misplaced extra glass slabs on top of each other, so I stacked them on top of each other, which which means I have extra work to do, and I'd say I'm kind of used to the double clicks, so I'm not gonna say that it doesn't bother me at all, but oh yeah, like placing 4 extra glass slabs in a row, it does kind of bother me. But yeah, nice. So I've crossed this gap now and installed the glass slabs for a good part of this hallway. I think I can finish digging this one before the end of the episode. Yeah, I think I can. Almost at the end of this. So I'll do that, and then maybe check how many hallways I have finished digging by now. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 6 entire hallways. That is really good. I'll begin the seventh one, and that will be it will be all for today. I don't want to dig any more now, since it's been about 20 minutes. I'll continue in the next episode.